The most important time management skills are the ones that we use to manage ourselves. And one of the best skills that you can develop is to learn how to use self-confidence to manage yourself and therefore your time more effectively. Hey there, I'm Amy Shield, time management and productivity coach for small business owners and solopreneurs. And today I'm sharing how to use self-confidence to overcome three of the most common hurdles to effective time management. Can we ever truly manage time? No, of course not, because the clock ticks on regardless of anything we think, say, or do. What we can do is manage ourselves in the context of time. Time management, for that reason, is about 20% tools, tactics, and strategies, and about 80% mindset management. That means that the most effective tools in your time management arsenal are mindset-based tools. In other words, skills that help you manage your cognitive emotional state and cultivate it so that you can get more done in less time. Of all those mindset-based tools, self-confidence is one of the most valuable. Before we jump into how you can use self-confidence to overcome some common time management hurdles, let's talk about what self-confidence actually is. You might be wondering, what does she mean by self-confidence? Or aren't confidence and self-confidence the same thing? Let's get this cleared up right now so that we are on the same page. First, confidence and self-confidence are both emotions, and if it helps, you can think of them as emotional states. Confidence is based on your past. It's feeling assured of what the results will be based on your past experiences. For example, let's say that I asked you to recite the alphabet. I'm guessing that you'd be pretty confident that you'd be able to pull that off based on your past, because you've probably recited the alphabet hundreds or even thousands of times during your lifetime. Self-confidence, by contrast, is based on your future. It's a trust in yourself that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes up. Self-confidence doesn't mean that you feel assurance about what the results will be. Rather, it's a trust in yourself that you can navigate whatever comes up, take care of yourself and anyone or anything that you're also responsible for, and make sure that you will be okay in the end. For example, I gave my first keynote speech at a conference last fall, in the fall of 2023. Honestly, I was pretty nervous about it, but I decided in advance how I would handle it if I did a great job on the speech, and also how I would handle it if I did a not so great job on the speech. And because of that, I went into giving that keynote speech with self-confidence. In other words, I decided that I would be able to handle whatever came up if I did a great job, if I did a bad job, and also that I would learn from my mistakes and my successes, and that I wouldn't criticize myself, and I would use the experience to move forward and make my next speech even better rather than giving up altogether, unless that's what I truly felt like I needed to do. Now that you know what self-confidence is, let's talk about how you can use it to manage your time more effectively. First, we're going to talk about how to use self-confidence in the face of indecision. So indecision can cause you to waste tons of time and energy. Indecision often results in overthinking, delaying getting started, and second guessing yourself. And of course, all of that is really terrible for effective time management. So what could it look like to choose self-confidence in the face of indecision? It could look like making a decision and trusting yourself to handle whatever comes up as a result. If it turns out to be an excellent choice, great. If the choice results in additional challenges, you could choose in that moment to trust yourself to assess the situation, make any needed adjustments, and move forward. At the end of the day, if you're stuck in an emotional state of indecision, a lot of times that is because you're worried about making the wrong choice. If you feel self-confident in your ability to respond to whatever comes up, regardless of the choice you make, much of that worry about making the wrong choice will melt away. As a result, you can be more decisive, act more quickly, and deal with challenge more effectively, all of which, by the way, help you save time and energy. So in that way, self-confidence can actually help you shift from worrying about making the right choice to deciding that the choice you made was the right choice because you are going to deal with whatever comes up as a result of it and move forward and take lessons with you instead of criticizing yourself, putting yourself down, telling yourself you made a horrible decision. By the way, I don't mean to imply here that you should be making knee-jerk decisions without all of the necessary information, or that you should be making decisions flippantly and then just telling yourself that you've done nothing wrong, or that there's no way that you could have improved or made a more informed or more conscious decision. Rather, I'm talking about using self-confidence to stop spinning in indecision and worry and rumination once you have all the information that you need. And then once you make a decision, using self-confidence to assure yourself that you can handle whatever comes up and that you will be able to move forward from that situation. Next, we're going to talk about how self-confidence can impact fear of failure. So many of the small business owners that I work with struggle to get certain things done in their business because of a fear of failure or rejection. And naturally, that has a big impact on their time management because they're not executing and getting important things done that are going to move their business or their personal life forward. Whether it's adding a new product or service, reaching out to potential clients or referral partners, or starting a whole new business altogether, it can be really easy to feel afraid. And in fact, that is a normal, natural response in your brain. Fear in response to something that's new or unknown or carries a risk or failure of rejection. That is a totally normal response in your brain. If you give into that fear, though, it can result in endless revisions to your work, procrastination, or even not taking action at all. All of that, of course, has a detrimental impact on your ability to manage your time effectively. When you learn how to use self-confidence in the face of failure or rejection, or even the potential for failure or rejection, you know that you can handle them and you can handle whatever else comes up as a result. Now, that doesn't mean that failure and rejection aren't going to sting or that they won't be enjoyable. Instead, it means that even if they do sting, even if they aren't enjoyable, you'll be able to handle it. You can take care of yourself and do what you need to do to move forward. Finally, let's talk about how self-confidence can help you in the face of overwhelm. Overwhelm occurs in your brain when your brain looks at everything you need to do, perceives that it's going to take a lot of work and time and energy, and says, no thanks, that's too much work. When people are overwhelmed, they often overthink about where they should start. They jump around from task to task without really getting anything done. And sometimes they even give up altogether. Obviously, all of that is terrible for time management. So here's how to use self-confidence to overcome overwhelm. Choose a place to start, even if it feels totally random. Get started and trust yourself to deal with whatever unfolds. If you end up needing to backtrack or change course, or even if you end up needing to start all over, decide now that you have the ability to handle that circumstance. Choose that you're not going to make it a big deal if things don't go exactly as planned, and decide that you'll make any necessary changes, not beat yourself up for any decisions you've made around where to start, and that you will move forward and forge ahead with whatever it is that you're working on. As I always say, time management is 80% mind management. When it comes to mindset-based tools, self-confidence is invaluable. Cultivating self-confidence can save you so much time and energy, and it can also improve your quality of life. Today, I shared how you can use self-confidence to navigate and overcome 3 of the most common time management challenges. That includes indecision, fear of failure, and overwhelm. If you're already a naturally self-confident person, now you have a few more ways to use that valuable emotional skill. If you'd like to develop some more self-confidence, here are 3 things that I would like for you to know. Number 1, it's totally possible to grow your self-confidence. Number 2, you don't have to do it alone. And number 3, working with a coach like me can help shorten your growth and learning curve. I'd love to be able to help you build the self-confidence you need so you can get more done in your business, have more impact, and ultimately make more money and improve your quality of life. Schedule a free call with me today. Hey, I'm Amy Shield, time management and productivity coach for small business owners and solopreneurs. Thank you so much for checking out my video, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.